Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Tony. I am doing low carb. Do you find low carb to be a little bit confusing, a little bit out there? You don't know how to start low carb? This is what this video is about. How to start low carb, what goes into it. There's a lot of people out there that are kind of, they want to start it, but they're just a little bit confused on how to get started and what to do. If you're new to this channel, please make sure you just subscribe to my channel, comment if you have any questions about after this video, make sure you put them down below. I check every single comment and I do answer all of them. Yes, I am on a journey to lose 80 pounds. I've already lost 23 pounds. I'm down another pound this week, doing low carb in conjunction with Mounjaro. Now, in my previous videos I have done, and you will see if you're new to this channel, you will see that I have done keto, WW, low carb all by itself. I am 55 years old. I have low thyroid. I've had a lot of surgeries in my life, so I've got a lot of inflammation that I have to control. My cholesterol is a little high, you know, with medication. I take Repatha. So that's just a little bit of background of what my health is. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go step by step on what to do. Your first initial, before you even start, number one, clean out your pantry. Clean out your refrigerator, get all the processed foods out of there. With low carb, you can eat fruit. You don't have to just, exclude fruit. You can eat berries, raspberries, any of the berry groups, strawberries. So, and I also have a Libre 3 glucose monitor. I have type 2, forgot to mention that. I have type 2 diabetes. The last time they checked my A1C, 6.7. And that's what really just put me into, high mode of getting this taken care of. The reason why you want to clean out your pantry and your refrigerators, there's too many temptations in there. Too many things for you to go in there and choose the wrong thing like I have done. If it's not here, then you can't eat it, right? So out of sight, out of mind. So that is my first initial number one, is to get rid of all the processed. That, make sure you stay to the end. I have some bonus tips. So number two, determine what your carbs are going to be on a daily basis. You can go to the TDEE calculator and that will calculate your particular situation. You'll put your age in there, your weight. Go to it's called TDEE calculator, and I will link that below for you. And that will give you a broad perspective of what you need to be eating on a daily basis, and all of that. And it goes into like your BMR, it goes into your proteins that you should be eating, your carbs, and your fats on a daily basis. So it's a very good calculator. I might do a video. I'll probably do a video just on that calculator alone. It's not hard. It's very easy to just put your information and it does it for you. So you can go ahead and do that. Number three is meal plan. And I know this is easier said than done a lot of times. Now, I don't go full-fledged meal plan. I just kind of make some chicken, some beef, and I just kind of use those as tacos. So I meal prep for that on a weekly basis. But if you have to do it daily and you have to do it old school, write it down like I do. I have to write it down on a piece of paper like this on a daily to kind of keep track of what I do. Now I do use Fitness Pal and I do count my carbs. I don't worry about the fat. I do try to get my protein in, and I usually get around 70 grams, sometimes a little bit more of protein in daily. Also, to go along with that meal planning is read labels. Reading labels is just reading labels, but know what you're reading. Because I would like, oh, I can read the labels. I know what sugar is. I know what this is, and I know what proteins are and everything. If you read a label that's like this long and you have no idea what you're looking at, like the long names like I did. So what I did, I would look up every single word. not at that moment. But if I felt like it was like 5, 6, maybe 10 ingredients in it, then I would go ahead and get it. And if I got home and it was really, really terrible, like your sugars, there's a lot of masking names of sugars. I mean, it is sugar. It is a form of sugar, but they will mask it so you don't even know what it is, you know, kind of like maltitol, if I'm pronouncing that right, erythritol. So number 4, are you that type of person that thinks that if I don't eat a bunch of carbs, I'm going to die? Are you that restrictive on yourself? Because low carb is not like that. You can eat low carb and actually feel wonderful and lose weight. But you have to do all the prior steps before you could even get to that point. And I know that sounds kind of maybe a lot for some people to do, like a pantry thing, especially when you have other family members that are not doing low carb. It's kind of hard to clean out all the refined sugars and all that in your pantry and feel like you don't have anything to feed to your family. But hopefully, after you're eating and they see your results, they'll just basically kind of just blend in with it. Hopefully, that's what happens. So you really have to do some research with low carb and find out the benefits of being on low carb. My dog's, she's trying to bark and she's doing such a great job of not barking. So you're going to have to start from ground zero on this. Number 5 is throw or hide your scale. That scale, that number does not define you on your victories, your progress, or anything. That is just a number that is out there. Measure, measure, measure. Before you get started on this, just measure your whole body, even your neck, even your head. Wrist. I had to do my wrist because my wrists felt like they were really swollen. I was full of inflammation. I think when people see that the inches are going down after they start low carb, they're going to see a massive, they call it a swoosh. And it's basically when you're going to go be getting rid of a lot of liquid in the first week, I would say. So if you lose about 5 pounds in the first week, that is, just say that that's all water weight. And this goes along with any diet you start. If you're starting WW, any Atkins, any diet, that first week or 2, depending on how much inflammation you have, is going to be a ton of water leaving your body. It's going to leave. First, just know this, you may gain a pound or 2 before that happens because your cells are filling up with this water. And then finally, it's going to release. Just know that that may happen. But don't get discouraged because just stick with it. It will happen. I promise you with low carb. And also, don't forget about the non-victory scale. Pants get looser or you do that swoosh and you get rid of all that water weight. You're going to feel so much better when you get rid of all that inflammation in your body. I mean, I'm serious. I could not do this. When I say that on my last video, I could not do this with my hands. And just knowing that my hands aren't even hurting, I don't wake up feeling 100 years old at all. Because all of that, see, when you have inflammation, all that water rushes to your, wherever it's hurting. If you're hurting in your back, all that water, all that, you know, your system is just basically going there. Cholesterol goes there, water goes there to protect it, to actually heal it. And that's what happens, is that it's not your, you know, your back that's hurting. It's all that inflammation. You know, you have your feet that get large and they get bloated. Your knees blow up. Mine do. You know, when I'm walking, it's almost like it does a shift and it's trying to find its way out. Your lymphatic system is in your knees, in your armpits. They're all over your body where they actually flush out all the toxins. And when you go on low carb, that is actually what happens. It just flushes and it keeps flushing, continuously flushing as long as you're on, you know, a low carb diet, no sugar diet. Sugar is the bad thing. Just remember the victories. When you start losing the inches, you're going to be like, oh yeah, this is working. This is absolutely working. So we're to the bonus part of this video. Don't get fancy with it. Don't get cute with it. It's not something that is a fly-by-night type of thing. If you're going to do it, do it. Make your decision. Decide. That's the hardest thing to do, is to decide if you're going to do a different plan than what you're doing. It's hard to start over. You have the courage to do this. I know you do. Another bonus. Be prepared for the changes that's going to happen. Now, this is not a miracle thing. This is a lifestyle change. This is not something that you're going to do, you know, for a week and lose 50 pounds. It's not like that. It's a lifestyle change. And it will benefit you longer when you're on this. The longer you're on this, it's going to benefit you even more. It's going to happen. You're going to be waking up your body. And that is it for this video. If you guys have any comments or questions or anything like that, please leave them below. I am more than welcome to answer any questions that you guys have. And I hope you guys have a great day. And I will see you on the next one. See you later. Bye.